Would you like to learn how to spark a movement? How to initiate a revolution that changes behaviors and actions in a business or in a group of people, maybe even a community? I'd like to learn that too. My name is Will Winter, and I'm a leadership and culture consultant. I work with businesses, but I have this idea. And this is the first video in what I hope will become a long-running journal documenting the launch of something much bigger than a challenge. I want to start a movement. And whether this succeeds beyond my wildest imagination or even if it quietly fades into the background, I want to document the journey from the very beginning. The ideas, the experiments, the wins and failures, everything in between. And if you've ever wanted to launch something that genuinely changes people, I hope these videos become both encouragement, inspiration, and maybe even a practical roadmap in your own initiatives. So what are we talking about? What is the initiative or movement that I'm trying to take off the ground here? We're going to talk about the vision and the why in this video. And we've got here the Encouragement Rampage Challenge. Now there's going to be links below so you can access this website and the sign up itself. You can see a little bit more to investigate. But the heart behind this is simple. The heart is that I've seen people, myself included, where we've noticed, we've taken a lot of learnings. We've read books and gone to conferences and we've listened to podcasts. And unfortunately, that information doesn't always become transformation. It doesn't always become a habit or change anything. Skills are built through repetition. I've seen this as I've worked with people. And so that's why I created this challenge, the Encouragement Rampage Challenge. It's going to work like this. You've got 30 days and you're supposed to go after 100 people. It's not about generic compliments, not about empty fluff or positivity, intentional encouragement that helps people see their value, recognize their growth, and gain the courage they need to tackle their challenges. It's not just a personality trait to be an encourager, it's one of the most overlooked, the most underappreciated leadership skills. Businesses need it, but also families need it. Communities need it. And so we've got this tracker here that people are going to go through, and they're going to have some tips. There's some training that they'll go through. There's categories and prompts. If you don't know who to encourage, just get some ideas. Maybe it's people in a difficult season or friends, coworkers. So you'll get in the reps. You'll do the practice over 30 days. So the goal is not just to finish the challenge. The goal for this challenge is to become the kind of person who naturally encourages others. Because if you've practiced it over and over again, it will become a habit. It's not just about a brief window of time. We're trying to spark something greater, and then we're going to see and track the impact as people initiate and try this challenge. It's designed around behavioral change. And so by the end of 30 days, we're going to see with each individual, but we're also going to pull businesses into this. Take your team along, bring your family along, and getting people roped up. For those who don't know me, a little bit of my story, why am I doing this? I spent years building a software company. I was the chief operating officer, and I like technology. I'm a bit of a nerd. Systems, operations stuff, I'm good at it and I do consult on that stuff. But if I'm honest, to me, that's never been that exciting. It's not been a passion to me. It's about building people up. I believe if we build powerful people, then they'll build our businesses. Then they'll help build thriving communities, families. So that's why I started the Greatness Incubator. And I believe businesses should be more than just places of employment. They should be places where people become better, more equipped, more confident just because of being a part of that environment. Same thing with families, that they're launching pads for world changers. I believe leaders should leave people stronger than when they found them. And that's what this challenge is really about, the bigger vision here that we're going after. Yes, I do hope this helps to grow my business. I'm not going to be pretending otherwise. There is a monetary side goal to this, and I'll share some of the practicals along the way of how I try to walk the line of social movement and business opportunity. But the business exists because I care about the mission, seeing transformation. Imagine if thousands of people, say 10,000 people, a million people, went through this challenge, intentionally encouraging others every single day. What could that do to a workplace? What could that do to an entire city? I'm getting carried away, and I'll break down the practicals of how I actually go after some of those visions. But we want to see some sort of impact and maybe viral nature to what we're trying to do, a movement. And so follow along. This is the first video. This is day one of the journey. In future videos, I'm going to share what's working and what's not working. What are some of the systems that I'm using behind the scenes to architect a movement? And some of the tools like AI, automation, some of the marketing experiences, some of the stories of participants. I'm excited to capture those as well. Maybe this becomes something extraordinary. Maybe it simply teaches me, and hopefully you as well, how movements are built. Either way, I'm documenting this journey, and I would love to have you along for the ride. Subscribe if you want to follow along for updates. And if this is something that gets you excited, I also want to invite you join the Encouragement Rampage Challenge. Maybe even after this video, you hit pause and you go and send a voice message, a text message that says to someone, hey, I see you. I value you. This is what I really appreciate about you. This might change more than you realize. And so welcome along to the journey. Again, my name is Will Winter. We're on the journey of starting a movement. Follow along for tips, and I'll see you in the next video.